one of, if not the greatest rivalry in world football, a prime time kickoff on Australian Eastern Standard Time, and a massive match for two Australians. It doesn't get much bigger than this, and we've got a all-star cast assembled for this watch-along. Joey Lynch and Ante Jukic, both sporting the Celtic gear as well. This was an affinity I didn't know either of you possessed, Joey.
I don't actually have that much of an affinity for Celtic, but as I said when we were talking off air, I was raised in an Irish Catholic household. So I'm not exactly going to be going for Rangers, am I?
Oh, touch.
Fair enough too. Ante, not an affiliation I expected for you.
Is it really unexpected?
I guess if I think about it. But there's a bit of a Croatian connection out there on the pitch today as well. New Celtic signing at right back. It's the battle of the Croatian fullbacks.
Both at left back, yeah, with Barisic and Juranovic. So it's going to be interesting to see how Juranovic specifically does. Sorry, at right back with Juranovic, my bad. Yeah, like he's perfect for Ange ball. A lot of running, good whip. Can hit a ball in space, but like really suspect one-on-one defender. So at this pace, it's going to be rather intriguing to see how he fares.
I think you're right. I think he is playing left back.
Yeah,
Ralston's at right back. So that's out of position for him. Interesting.
So you can see immediately like he's looking back into the pitch as soon as he receives.
Got Nick Debano with us as well. Nick, are you excited to see Rogic come off the bench? He's back in Socceroos contention as well for next week. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to see his remontada this season in general. I think it's great not only for Celtic and his career, but also for the Socceroos, obviously back in the squad as well, which is really exciting. So hopefully he gets, a decent portion of the game. Are they back to 3 subs in Scotland, or is it still 5? Just genuine question, because I know in the Prem they've gone back to 3.
I think we need Lockie on the call to actually answer that question. I think he's still eating dinner. So Lockie Flanagan should be joining us later as our resident
our feedback correspondent.
I believe it's 3. I believe it's 3.
3? Okay. So, I mean, chances are he'll come on if they need a goal, you think?
Yeah, I've only really watched Celtic in the Champions League and Europa League qualifiers. I haven't really watched them in the SPL, so I wouldn't know.
If you notice a looming black shape at the front of my camera, by the way, my cat has decided that this is an unmissable fixture as well. Athos, who are you supporting today?
I'm wearing the green of Celtic, and another little, I guess, subplot to this game is that there's actually been a Celtic fan lockout at the stadium. So there's no Celtic fans in the ground today at Ibrox. So I think they need all the support they can get for all of us watching at home.
What? Just because I might have been living under a rock, but why is there a lockout? Is it COVID related? Is it just, don't want any beef or what?
Potentially. A mate of mine mentioned it today, and if you look at it, I just looked it up on Google, and it said that, there is a lockout. So,
jeez.
There you go.
So, it's no James Tavernier today. He's like Rangers' best player.
Has he got COVID too?
I don't know, but he's a pretty damn good player.
Real shame I put him on the promo graphic then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I thought if there's one guy who's guaranteed to start, not looking at the COVID absentees.
How long until Morelos gets sent off? Are we putting bets on?
Morelos is just notorious.
Sorry.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's funny because, he's one of those white line fever types, like super aggressive on the pitch, but does a lot of good stuff back in his native Colombia, is it?
Yeah.
For the very deprived neighborhood in which you grew up. So there's a good football video about it.
Might help him the fact that Celtic fans aren't allowed in the stadium because there isn't that shithouser element that he's
winding him up.
Rather known for. Yeah, and look at him throwing stuff at Hart. Like,
love it. Hughes, are you supporting Celtic as well, or have you got a grudge against Celtic for stealing "You'll Never Walk Alone"?
Well, I mean, in fairness, they were the original ones, weren't they? So I don't think it'd be fair for me to hold a grudge. But I've realised that I'm unintentionally wearing royal blue. So
there's A subliminal
Steven
decision-making.
Gerrard not on the touchline, so that sort of
Aaron McAllister, though.
is slightly diminished here. So,
Or the
I mean,
Liverpool icon.
yeah, I obviously want to see Ange doing well. Gerrard's had his great season last year, so we can. I think we can let Ange have this one at least.
Yeah, stopping 10 in a row was enough. Let's let Ange have his fun.
All right, here's a question. More likely to coach in the Premier League first, Ange or Gerrard?
Oh, Gerrard.
Gerrard, I reckon.
Probably Gerrard based off his name.
Exactly.
If Patrick Vieira can be coaching in the Premier League, Gerrard's got a long job
is
lined
it
up.
a case that Gerrard is just going to wait for one job in particular and won't go
That's
anywhere
true.
else until that?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe Liverpool will have a succession plan in place. You know, a la Collingwood and Hawthorn. And
Please, let's not talk about that. Just gonna punch Jeff Kennedy right in the face, mate.
Yeah, what do we do if we meet Jeff Kennedy in the street?
He can go and get.
I hope we're on the way.
Man, unless Ange wins the Champions League with Celtic or the Europa League, I think that.
Yeah, knows the club is going to
think
Gerrard
Ange-
into a job.
Yeah, I think Ange might be at Celtic for a couple of seasons if this all goes well. More than 2, maybe 3.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's an excellent job. Here we go.
Hold up, just to ask, where are you guys at?
In the game.
What do you?
Timestamp wise?
6.5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm 6:22.
Okay,
I'm
I'm about,
7 minutes.
okay, cool.
I'm
Cool,
I'm
cool.
a bit ahead of everyone.
This makes a nice change from our Ollie Roos watching.
Well, watching it on Kaya now means you got the delay instead of the usual. You know.
Yeah, I got the dodgy Balkan stream, so like I'm guaranteed to be like about 30 seconds behind. So
I'll ensure my reactions.
Look at this bloke.
I can't believe I come onto a stream on my own damn radio station and there's not one but 2 Celtic jerseys. Fuming.
Lucky, I'm surprised you didn't come with the Hearts music as your entrance theme.
I should have done that. The thing is, I've got the soundboard there. That really would have been quite wise.
Like, is that young boy's music? Like?
Yeah, but in the words of David Brent, Nick, I didn't need the music because it's up here. It's up here. It never leaves the brain.
I'm going to have to go to my gym and grab my Irish flag for the second time.
Who did you beat yesterday, Lockie? I don't even.
Dundee United.
Wow.
To be confused with Dundee FC.
Huge.
Hey, it was a big game.
Huge.
Just saying, undefeated team. Neither of these 2 teams that we're watching right now will catch Hearts at the end of the week. So
wait, Lockie, I am on board the Hearts bandwagon, but just didn't Celtic beat you in the cup recently? You know,
yeah,
and kind of be concerned
what happened
about?
when we played them in the league? Opening day, beat them 2-1.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Look, mate, you can only play the teams.
He's got so much head wobble right now.
Look,
Like,
it's a lesson for life, Nick. You can only play the teams in front of you.
Lucky,
And sometimes the team you play in front of you is Dundee United. You can't do
Lucky,
anything about that.
I know that your head wobble about Hearts has to be a bit extra at the moment, considering the 2 other teams you support are in the absolute mud at the moment, being Essendon and Arsenal. So
I'm not an Arsenal supporter.
Essendon, young boy.
Fallacy.
Oh no, Essendon.
Just could you remind this Bulldogs fan, Lucky, how today went?
Oh, we're gonna
No,
for the rest of
I
the
can't get the
love
number
getting a message.
6,204.
I'm gonna nix all the AFL chat right now.
Back to the Hearts discussion. That's where we want to be.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh. It is Football Nation Radio.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just conscious of the fact that not all of our
Just see.
listenership is located in Melbourne, therefore most of them don't care.
Hey,
Listenership?
2 meter Peter. That's
Sorry,
Two-
viewership.
Meter
This is
Peter,
of course a video stream.
Had a poor game today. He was
Lockie,
nowhere
I got a
near
message from you. Got to send me a message within the first 10 minutes saying from ground level he's looking very good today, and then I didn't hear anything else about.
I really hope
Peter
you
for the
forget
rest
that
of-
I said that.
I don't forget.
He picked up the ball one time, and I was like, "Yeah, love it, love that energy." 2 meter Peter.
They really don't like playing weak side. So or Ange Postecoglou's like teams predominantly. They really like to just
It is.
play the ball through the congestion outside
I
of just
think-
a layering movement.
I think this is the first game I've watched Joe Hart play since he was at Torino. This is how long it's been since he's actually seen play football. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad pass.
Because remember when no one wanted him because he was at loan at West Ham and then he went to Torino, but like no one wanted to buy him. It was crazy.
Pep just completely exiled him because he couldn't play the ball out with his feet.
I'm pretty sure just nobody wanted to pay the wages that he was on when he was at Manchester City.
Yeah. And then then he ended up being a great batsman in the Tottenham locker rooms last year, and everyone was
I was going to say, I'm surprised he didn't get signed to like Surrey
Here we
County
go.
Cricket Club.
Transition.
Better than Joe Root, I reckon.
Good. Best player in the world.
I'm surprised that he's not coming to the doesn't select him for the Ashes. Oh, here we go.
We're on, yeah. Oh no, we're not.
Oh.
I realised that Ryan Christie is not beloved by Celtic fans in the way that I think he should be.
He's Aberdeen,
He's
isn't
such
he?
a good dribbler.
Is Nick Hughes, is Kent still owned by Liverpool or has he been bought?
Nah, we sold him a couple of years ago.
Right.
Was that really a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think he's had. I reckon he's had 2 seasons there permanently already. Maybe this is his second.
Jeez, look at all those. Look at all those red cups.
It's like Rangers have become Mexico fans.
Barisic taking corners.
Yeah, he's
Here we go.
not bad.
Get out running.
I don't want to give him the commentators because I haven't seen him, but he does take. He's a pretty good whip actually.
Nick, if I watch on your KO, does it kick you off?
Yeah, it will.
Bit loud.
Turn down the mic.
Am I really loud?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're like a.
Oh, mate, it sounds like that bit from Austin Powers, where it's like I'm having trouble controlling the volume of my voice.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Too quiet.
That's probably a bit quiet.
Is that a little bit better?
That's
Give this
adequate.
la 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 just to make it.
La 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 la.
That's better.
Leave it.
Need to find the Goldilocks volume.
Where's Damir?
How am I gonna watch this?
Not sure.
Nice.
Said he was coming. We've replaced Dummy with Joey apparently. So
Yeah, Joey attacked him back. Joey attacked him backstage and took his spot.
Can't even grow up.
I am the Becky Lynch in the 2019 Women's Royal Rumble of this stream.
Dummy was getting ready, suited up to come on, and then Teddy Long walked out and said, No.
Hold up, player.
Rangers have been very poor on the ball.
Oh, that's
so far.
nice.
What minute is everyone on?
12 minutes 58.
Well,
Oh my God, I'm actually in sync with people who are
I'm
watching.
at-
I'm 13 and a half.
Oh, never mind.
I'm
Nick
13,
Hughes
17.
Nick Hughes watching on Foxtel, I'm assuming.
Nick, do you have Foxtel IQ?
And Nick Hughes would have Foxtel.
Just give it a
Yes.
quick pause, buddy. Just
Fox like it was like
friend.
2009. Yeah, lucky. I think most people who have Foxtel would have it.
Yeah, but no one has Foxtel now. It's gone so far now, Athos, that people have.
As in Foxtel now or Foxtel, comma, like now?
Now. Yeah, comment now.
So
no
just
one has Foxtel full stop.
And go.
So just reading up
I've
on
still
this.
got my box. Don't worry, mate.
Reading up on this crowd lockout, it turns out that Celtic was supposed to have 700 fans allowed into the ground, but because they didn't promise Rangers that they'd allow the same when they play at Parkhead, Rangers pulled the plug.
Nice.
yeah.
So there's no real good
it's
reason
not-
for no away support.
It's not the first time Celtic have been a bit finicky with that sort of thing as well. They did the same to Hearts as well for the cup final, even though we let their away fans come to
You
Tynecastle.
should just stick to price gouging the fans, like good honest A-League clubs.
Now,
They have had form for it this season.
Lockie is our relative Fitbit expert. Where's James Tavernier today? Is he
That is a great question. I do not know.
Okay.
First question, can't answer it.
We assume he's one of the
There you go.
6 players who were under COVID question marks before. The
Yeah,
game.
does that must mean Jermaine Defoe's? Because I just was looking at their squad. I realized Jermaine Defoe was there as well, but
I don't think he plays that much, does he?
I don't know.
I don't know
Still
about
got
you
something left
guys.
in the tank.
I don't know about you guys, but this game seems like uncharacteristically tame for an old firm.
Yeah.
Like I need more Scott Brown like double threes.
No, the world does not need more Scott Brown, Ante.
We
Please don't say that.
absolutely do need more Scott
I see
Browns
that man
the
in
world.
my nightmares.
I still have that video where he's like dribbling through and like just gets up, like he's just after running through like three consecutive tackles. Like.
I still have nightmares about playing Celtic in the Champions League. It's like 10-year-old me watching Scott McDonald score a 90th minute winner.
I don't think I've ever seen a human person
class
more
player.
angry than when my cousin, when Scott Brown got away with a blatant like red card offence against Hearts once.
When was that?
That was out, surely.
Yeah, that was out. You guys are. Hold on, I'm gonna do the courteous thing and pause.
Who do we? For those who probably I don't know forever more Ante, probably more you're related to this question, but who do you think is going to be better, Kyogo or Nakamura?
That was out. That was out of bounds.
Okay, everyone is on just an interesting delay.
But I will take Kyogo. Kyogo's an absolute machine, man.
I am worried about him when he plays us. In the Socceroos,
like
in the next window.
You know what? Like I remember saying to you guys, off air, saying what was it last week, that I'm so happy that Australia doesn't have to face Serdar Azmoun. Like I was watching a Zenit game back and then thinking, oh shit, we're against Japan. Like it's not going to be fun.
So it'll be Ryan Grant versus Kyogo in the October window.
Yeah.
Which will be in Saitama as well.
We were talking about Azmoun not that long ago.
We were.
Shamuradov.
Yeah, we'll talk about
I remember
Shamuradov.
watching Azmoun at the 2015 Asian Cup and thinking he was just going to go on to greatness. But it feels like Shamuradov has become the player that I thought Azmoun was going to be.
I think it's just because Serdar Azmoun is playing at Celtic, or not Celtic, Zenit, and then as such suffers in with his score in the name recognition index.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be seen on the Talk Sports and
even then when we were
Sports
checking it, like he's only 26, I think.
Yeah, he's still relatively young. Yeah.
His goal record is so consistent that he could still get himself another crack at a proper.
He's machining it as Zenit, man. Like he's playing so well to start the season.
Geez, that's a bad giveaway.
Having watched
a really bad giveaway.
Having watched a bit of
it. Oh,
yikes!
What's happened now?
Just really bad giveaway.
Jesus Christ! What are we doing?
Right. What is that?
Sorry, just trigger warning for Nick and Ante. Exclusive from The Guardian. West Ham close to sealing €30 million deal for CSKA Moscow player Nick Vlasic.
Oh no!
No! Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
The Hammers.
I know they bid, and I know
top of the table, West Ham.
Like.
We have a bloody West Ham supporter in this bloody chat right now, and I know he's acting really quiet.
Athos super quick Googling who Nikola Vlasic is.
Wait, sorry, I didn't. Was it just a bid, or was it just confirmed that he's signing for West Ham? Because I know they were bidding.
So €30 million, close.
Look.
The deal with the Russian club is close to being completed and will also include €8 million in add-ons.
Now, the thing is, this is where I'm at, like airborne pig areas. It's still good. It's still good. But Vlasic has in the past said he actually does not want to play in the Premier League, and has actually told his teammates to not go to Premier League clubs because of the bad experience he had at Everton. So, personal terms, I'm not believing anything until the Comunicado Oficial.
Look, if I was Maldini right now, he might be playing 4D chess. He might be saying, "Hey, I know he still wants to come to Milan."
You know what? When you said that, Ante, you know what that immediately made me think of? There's this famous quote from Moussa Sissoko when he was still at Toulouse and was perpetually linked with Arsenal moves. And there's this quote that says, "Arsenal is the club of my heart." And then before he went on to join Tottenham.
Yeah, so.
Saying.
Yeah,
If he expresses any love for Milan at all, you're boned. That's
Hey,
the
no,
deal.
seriously though, maybe West Ham have studied. Ante, you'll get this reference. Maybe West Ham have studied Vlasic.
studies like me.
Studies like me.
Okay. The replies to the tweet about the story is West Ham fans complaining about who the hell is this guy? Why are we playing Jesse Lingard?
This is TalkSport. See, Vlasic is right on time. Hero was speaking about Serdar Azmoun and his low ranking in the name recognition index because he plays in Russia. And now we have Nikola Vlasic, probably the best player under 23 in Europe. And yeah, who's this guy?
What's the bet
Premier,
that
wait, sorry. Premier League flop, Nikola Vlasic.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What's the bet that
really-
all of the TalkSport analysis would be about his time at Everton?
I am really, really worried about West Ham absolutely ruining him as well.
Yeah,
not under Moyes. No way.
please.
Nah, they're gonna play.
Moyes-
They're,
Moyes is
don't
doing a
talk
good job.
about it.
They're fun. They're fun at the moment, West Ham.
they're
It's
fun.
true.
So what?
They're very watchable.
Shut up! They're not
Shogo.
fun.
Hey, look, West
Milan
Ham.
are fun.
West Ham
Well,
save Jesse
well.
Lingard. If you can save Jesse Lingard, you can do anything.
No. Jesse Lingard is saved predominantly because they play on the counter. Like Vlasic is like as un-Moyesian a player as there could be if Shinji Kagawa is any example. I don't like that move, to be honest.
I'm really hoping that Vlasic turns around and does like a bit of a Batista of back in the day and puts the thumbs down and holds up the 2 contracts and
Yeah.
Hey, you
Just
can
take
probably
someone.
earn twice the money in the
Please,
Premier League. So
Please. Yeah.
Yeah, but he also would be playing
half the
Champions Leagues.
Half the reason that deal is being done, why Moscow said yes, is because West Ham have, unfortunately, due to the way the 2 legs are, a bit more money than Milan at the moment.
well, it
So,
helps if you get a free
because-
stadium. So
yeah, and also because
It's always a
Maldini loves to be as stingy as possible.
Great touch.
Transfer dealing. So
Yeah, Moscow
Whose touch was
were
that on
told
the turn
they
there in
didn't have to do a
midfield?
loan with obligation to buy and could just sell him outright.
was that McGregor?
Turnbull?
I think it was McGregor.
Yeah, it was McGregor.
That's McGregor.
Beautiful.
Oh,
But I was talking about the switch out to
Crunchy.
Kyogo and like he's brought it down
Oh, right, yeah.
with the outside of his foot.
Oh, that's
As much as
the way.
I despise Celtic, they do have some very good players.
They play some good football, man.
They do.
that's some good culture.
Like
Oh,
Edouard is just one of those players that you just like you watch from afar and you're like,
Yeah, like I had that in the watching
Guy.
the Midtjylland game. Like he was like they were basically hoofing it up to
Yeah.
him, and like he's able to just bring it down with the defender on his shoulder, and like he's so like for someone of his size or his height, he's got extraordinary technique, and it's no wonder that
yeah, no,
bigger
he's
clubs
like
are going
he's a
after him.
graceful
Yeah.
player.
Like he
The
can
ball,
he can
yeah.
hold the ball up pretty well.
And then you've got Anthony Ralston, who's entirely square. He reminds me a little bit of Ryan Strain, Anthony Ralston, just like a box on wheels.
okay. Apologies to Ante, but according to Russian outlet Championat,
Yeah.
Vlasic has told Moscow he wants to move to West Ham.
Wow.
oh, boys.
Real
Yes.
real blow for the brand.
Oh,
Beauty.
Jesus Christ.
Now, oh god.
Lucky, what are you munching on there?
I'm just getting through some of the salad that I made for dinner.
Yeah,
Oh,
Part
yeah.
of my
that's probably why it took so long. Salad's very time.
no, the salad was easy.
Really? So you just put a few things together and
Wow.
there you go, salad.
It's
Bit
the
of
chop.
avocado.
Take a long time.
It's the chopping for me.
Did you
It's
guys
not a lot of chopping.
Did you guys watch that transition there from Rangers? It was so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
it
look at they
was-
won the ball in the center of the pitch and then have gone backwards.
Does anyone know where this kit supplier Castore has spawned out of? Were they anything before becoming that?
Not
Admiral.
Sure.
They,
Oh,
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
My dodgy Balkan stream's cutting every 5
Oh, here we
seconds.
go. Here we go.
oh.
oh, this is transition ball.
Jeez.
Just,
the
yeah,
lag.
Celtic are just hammering transition.
Oh,
Here we go.
And
right.
again,
this is
goal.
literally.
No, how did you? Butcher that.
Wow.
Oh,
24.50. How does he butcher that?
Oh my
There was a block, wasn't there?
Okay,
No,
I'm
what
not
a
gonna
block.
second
Defender got a
I
touch.
feel like that's
Oh!
yeah.
look at Ange. Look at Ange.
Oh, yeah.
This is why you never sing the praises of any player because they make you look like an idiot.
Is that a,
Yeah.
is that a
Minutes later.
corner? Or is that a goal?
Joey, would you mind
Wait a minute.
pausing
No,
your
he
stream
missed
for
the
about
kick.
5 seconds? So
Why is he
And
hitting
he-
that with his
Oh
right
my
foot?
god.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
really bad.
Edouard.
Why
What was the thought
Sitter.
process there? I'm so confused.
he
Ange
tried to
wants to
open
kill
up
him.
his right and
What-
tap it in?
What the hell's going on between the ears there? That's terrible.
Nah, like I
Not
think
much in the brain department there,
See-
Das.
See, if
No,
you're
not
gonna go
in the
with
brain department.
if you're gonna go with the right foot, you've got to
Nah,
go for the
that's-
like Olivier
that's-
Giroud
that's an
outside the
intervention.
foot, glancing.
oh wow.
flick-
No, that's
just
not
me.
an intervention at all. Like he's healed that.
Oh.
On je to spet on udari. Otvori o... Sorry, I'll mute that for a second.
Just in case. We do have a fair few watches in the Twitch, Josh. Have we acknowledged?
Excellent.
We have 15
Yeah, please
people.
comment if you've got
Oh,
questions or
15,
feedback.
15
Oh,
For overlap.
Oh, well done. Here we
I'd
go.
love to hear some score predictions.
So
We've
how-
in
how
fact
far-
got 26 viewers total. So that's healthy
Are we,
interest.
are we
Big
on
time,
the
guys.
We're a
YouTube as
multi-platform.
well?
We're worldwide.
How do we have the
Uh,
capability for that?
Nice ball.
How far
Mr.
in front of
Worldwide.
everyone am I? How long should I pause it for?
What's your
minute are we?
timestamp?
I'm at 26:53.
Oh,
Should we
you're
try and get
20
it?
seconds ahead
I'm
of
at
me.
I'm at 26:08.
I'm
Jesus.
26:34.
26.
Yeah. same.
I've paused it at 27. So
Okay.
all right.
who's about
I'm
in the
about
middle?
20,
Someone
20 seconds off.
Yeah, I'm 26:44.
Well, someone tell me when to hit play.
Nick, me and you are on the same KO account, so theoretically we should
Oh,
be
for fuck's sake, man.
identical. It didn't boot you off, to be fair. So
No, not yet.
You just get that.
Two screens.
Oh,
Yeah, you
This is-
just get
this
that
is-
with his heel. Like,
this is
no side
literally
foot at all.
like
Yeah.
this was literally
I
like Ed when we all shared the same league pass
that was
account
so-
during
that
the
was
first round of the
so
playoffs,
traumatizing.
and we were all watching the Knicks game at the same time, and it was tight, and we just kept kicking each other
Oh.
off for like the
Oh,
last.
that's a
minute.
handball.
Oh,
we're on here.
Like Celtic are dominating. It's the 27th minutes. It's like the 80th.
Handball.
So open.
oh,
It is just devolving into.
Oh,
It's just transition ball now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like it's being played from box to box.
I mean,
Oh,
which is exactly
so-
what you'd
you know what,
expect
and
from an
that's-
old firm. Just
Yeah.
both sides coming out throwing haymakers.
Yeah, and you know what? That's probably, with respect to Postecoglou teams, that's probably the most suitable game for them.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that the Socceroos in Asian qualifying that last
Yeah.
time round.
Is that going to be on Channel 10 on Friday?
Yes, it will be.
yeah.
Wonderful.
How good's that?
Free to
How
air,
good's this?
baby.
Internationals
Oh.
are back.
Are we
4
gonna-
a.m. 4:45 Italy. I know what I'm switching over to at halftime. No, I'm
the
kidding.
best thing for
Or maybe
10.
not.
The best thing for 10.
What, you can't what you
Big
can't
4
you
a.m.
can't just double screen it?
I'll double screen potentially, but you know,
What's going on the
gonna
big
be on
telly?
the big screen? Yeah, the big tally or the laptop, as Barry Glendenning would say. I think
big tally.
I think it depends.
wow. That's
I mean, Italy are unveiling the trophy that England didn't win, so we gotta
Unveiling
we've got to
it
make.
like it's a surprise.
look, it's a flag.
I'm a big fan of
Just like
this,
the flag,
this
mate.
Welsh kid, the centre back.
Premiers.
is he the one that scored that own goal in the qualifier?
Possibly.
No, that was Starfelt, whatever he's called.
No, yeah, that was Starfelt.
Yeah.
You're right.
Carl Starfelt.
Uh,
That sounds like a superhero's name or something.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
a bit
or a show.
not gonna lie.
Carl Starfelt, savior of the universe.
I'm not gonna lie, with this like positional structure of Postecoglou teams, they tend to play themselves into a cul-de-sac, and there are a few times in this game as well, like predominantly in this game, and you saw it like they just play themselves into like a dead end, and instead of like going backwards, they just get deer in the headlights and cough the ball up cheaply.
Is it because they're trying to play through the press and therefore leave the players pressing them behind? in the sort of Bielsa style manner
Yeah.
of those like tight little triangles, and then suddenly you've got a numerical advantage once you get past.
But
is that the aim? Is what I'm
but
because there's a reason they're doing
it's obvious.
that.
It's obviously the aim, but like we've discussed a number of times, there's a difference between numerical and positional superiority. So, and I don't think even you look at Bielsa or Ange,
just saying,
like it doesn't like there are let's say similar conceptual traits to their implementation with respect to that, and it can be if a team's well prepared, they can be exploited.
Oh God! See, the whole point of being on this watch along for me was to not use Twitter, so I didn't see people's just terrible opinions about Scottish football, and I've just seen one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Name and shame.
I refuse.
Lucky, I do it to avoid anyone talking about F1. I will not.
Are you serious? F1's the best.
No. Opinions about F1.
Opinions about F1. Yeah.
Okay.
I love F1 personally.
This is a great Sunday evening because we've got the F1 after this.
I actually forgot.
I'm so excited for the race.
Guys, more importantly, we have the top 4 teams in the Croatian First Division facing off tonight.
That's huge.
We must continue this.
But Ante, is that as interesting as Hearts playing Dundee United?
Is that as interesting
more
as
interesting.
what's coming?
Don't be so resolute. God damn.
Is that what's?
Oh, that's off the post.
Can't.
Well, counters on counters.
If people want to go through until 4:45 a.m., Milan are playing Don Semplici at 4:45. So
yeah, I'm all right.
I'm happy. I'm happy to.
Well, there's all the shit on the ground.
I think I'd refer to that sequence as a sort of counter cascade.
Yeah.
Where one begets the other.
Ryan Kent does not take too long to think about it, does he?
I am genuinely concerned that the ball's going to ricochet off one of these cups. And
like a beach ball.
Darren Bent style.
This is some sort of ploy from the Rangers fans to just put as many cups in to create chaos.
The best thing about the Darren Bent beach ball is the goalkeeper went for the beach ball instead of the actual
Yeah.
To pop it. Yeah.
Rainer was bamboozled. Oh.
Yep. There we go.
He no-looked that pass. Right,
yeah, like that was just played that completely blind.
Oh,
but you still have a decent enough reference point of where your players are going to be.
No, but I mean
like you played it blind, absolutely.
But Ante, I also mean literally in the Ronaldinho sense. I'm pretty sure he turned his head and did the flashy no-looker.
So, Lockie, I just saw the tweet that some tweets which were really bad about certain takes in this game, and
I forgot I was 30 seconds behind you. Sorry,
man.
All I'm saying
if you haven't watched Scottish football before, it's okay. It's okay. Just
play that.
That's just dumb.
There's a lot of kicking it out to Kyogo on the left and seeing if he can take on his man, isn't there?
Kick it to Kyogo.
Give it Kyogo.
Yeah.
Oh, Lockie, the other thing we wanted to find out was how many subs are there in Scottish football at the moment? 3 or 5?
I would assume it's the same. I don't see why it would be any different. I will double check.
I checked all the games from last night, and there were only 3 subs in all the games.
Well, that is maybe old school managers. So.
Old school managers in Scotland?
Borussia Dortmund are in talks to sign Callum Hudson-Odoi on loan.
Oh, wow.
That is a big signing.
That is monster.
I am a big fan
the man will finally
be free. Any fringe England player that wants to get off the bench at their Big 5 club and Big 6 club and play elsewhere is all good with me.
To answer your question from before, it is 3. It is a maximum of 3. So it was 5, obviously, during COVID, but the clubs actually voted to go back to 3. So that's why. Yeah.
Well,
not always a forward-thinking group, the Scots. Not always.
Well, no, you'd think they would, given that the 5 substitute rule massively favours the bigger clubs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it's like a group of clubs voting, I guess. So maybe, yeah.
It
going
doesn't.
in.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm not sure what the data says about, the results being especially polarized since it came in. I'd love to know. I'm sure someone's done a study, but there's
Well,
this
the
sense that
bottom-
the bigger clubs have more depth, therefore they can bring on better players. But also, and a lot of the kind of David versus Goliath battles, it's basically a defense versus attack training drill. In a lot of these European leagues, and so the goals often come when there's fatigue.
I was just about to send that one as well, Lockie.
Oh boy.
Goodness gracious.
We have
One for half time. I think.
Link.
one for full time, probably.
Yeah,
You're
but
suspect.
What
Yes,
I was
suspect.
what I was trying to devil's advocate argue there is that maybe if you can bring in reinforcements, fresh legs, you can hold out against a bigger side for longer. Even if the players are of inferior quality, at least you've got fitness and concentration on your side.
I mean, it's a tricky one because there is a trade-off there, but I think the benefit for the stronger clubs would be greater than the benefit for the weak clubs, if you can
That would
understand what I mean by that.
That would be my instinct, but I'd love to see some data on that as to because there might be a few mitigating factors in terms of the economic effects of COVID as well.
Steamrolled through him.
But I think it would be something very contextual as well, like relative to leagues, because you have different, disparities in quality and different playing styles, playing systems, and even within leagues there are different. It would be absolutely fascinating to see some kind of empirical analysis on it, though.
I mean, it would, but at the same time, how many of these clubs, voting on these decisions, have actually taken the time to do that? None.
Keep your comments coming through on the Twitch, guys. Sardine10 reckons Celtic are going to win 1-0 after 39 chances.
Surely he's on a no number username basis at this point, Josh. Surely it's just Dean.
I mean, do you reckon that they'll keep 5 subs down here for the A-League this season?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, for that.
That's confirmed?
Thing.
It's not confirmed, but one expects that they'll keep the 5 subs out of perceptions that it increases scoring, increases the pace of games, which in turn creates a more attractive product for television audiences.
And also the A-League likes to guinea pig any rule change immediately.
They should bring the stand rule in as well if they want to increase scoring.
To paraphrase, what's that mean out there? Like U36, like they're not going to go back to 3 subs.
But then there's also
all these old blokes.
Ow, my knee
they'll
hurts.
want more under 23s, sort of as well to get a go too. So
counter to the narrative.
Yeah,
it'll appear in the PFA study at the end of the
exactly.
season.
That's
part of the.
Café? That wasn't for any of you. Sorry.
No cafe.
Did Athos understand that?
I wasn't listening. I was.
Obviously, this isn't correct, but do you understand the basic gist? Avreo de lo café.
You've said tomorrow. I want coffee. You got to say. you got to say feliz, which is
not inaccurate. Feliz is to you.
No,
asking you.
Yeah, is that what you want to say?
Avreo feliz café.
Yeah, that'd be correct. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Well, would you?
Me? Sure.
Lovely.
Morelos is a big boy.
He is. He's very wide.
He's a big lad.
What did Santos Salmonetti used to call Akinfenwa? Strong upper body strength forward. I think Morelos is in that category as well.
I heard that too.
He's a big lad.
Here we go. Are we on here?
Strong upper body strength.
Here we go. Oh, good tackle.
Yeah,
Joe Rebo's done very little so far.
Is there any chance of 10 on Paramount getting Santos Salmoned back on the air?
Well, there's a chance.
Bring back cup
happen.
fever.
2 up top. What could have been?
2 up top. Should bring back, do the same sort of show I did before the Euros.
Nick Hughes, you know what we should bring back?
What?
The high IQ basketball podcast.
High basketball IQ.
High basketball IQ.
I can't even remember the name of your own show.
That was good fun.
It was.
Oh, Jesus.
Channel 10 really want to immerse themselves in Australian football. They should really bring back the World Game for him.
Yeah.
Except just buy the rights to the World Game name.
4chan, the 4chan of Australian soccer, mate.
I think that might have been 8chan.
It was the greatest thing. Yeah, it was a pretty
Wild
drastic
West.
place.
Channel 10 signs landmark deal with R/A League.
Like my favorite piece of content that's ever come out of soccer Twitter was the political compass of the World Game Forum with usernames included. Just incredible.
The Frank Brunosevic stuff this year was pretty good.
Oh,
That his name?
Brunoskevich.
Yeah, him.
I love how we're correcting.
Say
Athos on a
it now.
fake
Say it
person.
now before Ante gets back to correct us.
I think that's the only time I've ever seen one article like outright kill a publication credibility like that article did. It was remarkable.
Oof.
Just drop the nuke on the website essentially with a fake name.
It was definitely a good lesson in the perils of doubling down, wasn't it? Or even further.
Posting through it. Post through it.
Oh.
A bit more physical now. Bit more.
Yeah.
Bit more
as your father.
I hate to say it, Lockie, but I am missing Scott Brown. I really am.
Shut up.
The fixture's not the same without him.
If you miss Scott Brown that much, you can go and watch Aberdeen.
I need the king of Fitbar in this game, mate.
Nice.
Could you imagine the past 2 years of the A-League?
Look at Joe Hart, though. You tell Joe
Brown.
Yeah, in an alternate universe.
Look at
Scott Brown running around for Western.
I prefer not to speak.
We've got two people that if I speak in this chat right now.
He's going me too. But yes, Nick, to your point, Joe Hart.
Oh,
Joe.
Joe Hart's a very angry man.
He still has exactly the same energy.
Give me the ball, yeah.
I feel bad for Joe Hart because he's come into the league with all this, his credentialed CV. He's still the second best keeper in the league behind Greg Gordon. So
Jesus, lucky.
Must be tough for him.
I mean, he had a howler against Alkmaar a few days ago.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Craig Gordon has not had a single howler so far this season. It's been excellent. Man of the match last night.
Didn't have a single howler when Celtic beat them 3-2.
No.
Knocked them out of the League Cup.
Well, you can't win every game against Celtic. We used up our one, Celtic win or / result card.
Who was that really bad keeper Celtic had in the qualifiers before they signed Joe Hart? And he was just absolutely abhorrent. I forgot what his name is.
I'm not sure.
Who's Celtic?
Yeah, they had this really bad keeper before they signed Joe Hart, like the qualifiers and that.
Yeah, I know who you mean. I watched that game as well.
It was like that that Arsenal goalkeeper that played in that first pre-season friendly, and he made that really bad error.
Oh yeah.
That's about Bern Leno. I forgot what's his name, Lockie.
No, I didn't know his name either.
Barkas is the guy.
Vasilis Barkas.
He's Greek.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Lucky.
13 caps for Greece.
Lucky.
Born in the Netherlands.
One of my friends is just getting into F1. We were talking about, I was like, I'll be up late tonight watching the F1. And he's like, oh, yes, I saw. Is Belgium track exciting? ?
What?
Belgium track.
Well, it's a wet race,
mate.
so it will be
I
exciting.
do hope Verstappen puts Hamilton in the wall at Eau Rouge, though.
He shouldn't be putting his wheel in there like that.
Don't put your wheel in there.
You shouldn't put your wheel in there. You almost killed him.
Not a cough.
This one goes out to all the kids.
Crofty just... Oh, God, I hate Crofty so much.
Really?
it was good
Cannot
to
stand him, man.
Why don't you
It
like
was-
him?
Come.
What, like English?
Yeah,
like
it's
bias?
just he's so like parochial.
Oh yeah, they go off on George Russell. The whole Mr. Saturday.
Yeah,
thing is
yeah.
so dumb.
Mr. Saturday, and it's like you guys race on Sunday. Yeah, this is Formula One after all.
Exactly.
It was
Bloody
good to
hell.
see Danny
Like,
Rick in the top four.
I mean,
though.
in
And, like,
fairness,
Latifi is lapping quicker than him in some races by the end of it. Like, let's shit can the Mr. Saturday talk. But
The first thing that pops up when you Google Crofty is who says lights out and away we go. Adrian Crofty Croft.
took me a while to work out what you're saying there.
Lights
Um,
out and away.
That's the thing is I think how overblown, well, not overblown, but like how much that group of F1 media types talk about George Russell actually undersells that
what a
Latifi Williams has actually not had a bad year.
Go in a wide. Oh,
like Russell's been.
thank you, man.
Oh, you dunce.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Tell you what,
Edouard completely picked Balogun's pocket there.
Yeah, I reckon he should be sold.
Yeah, same.
Anyone who says that is a footballing genius.
Hey, sell him to Milan, then I'll be happy.
Hey, well, look, speaking of the Spa F1 track, I would say that my old man had a really good article about it and the injuries today. I think it was reminiscing about the Schumacher's connection to the circus.
He had a
of course, because it's the anniversary of Michael's debut. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I must say,
I thought it was his win. His win in '92 in the race.
First race, I think.
Okay.
Yes, apparently, I did not know this, but apparently my old man was there that day.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
I must say, Joey, I enjoyed your dad's discussion about Discord and Football Manager on Twitter the other day. In the comments, and he was asking
Dave tagging me. I'm sure
Discord?
Joey can help you out with this. Like I haven't already told him how to do it 3 times.
I need the links to this.
Let me see if I can find it. Hang on.
I really need to see Michael Lynch on Twitch playing a group Football Manager save. Lockdown will be for nothing if that doesn't happen.
Well, there you go. FNR can do it as one of their projects. We can take the responsibility to take the ball. How do I download Steam?
I want to see him playing Among Us, I reckon.
Oh, that would be good.
Like, that would be
Sorry, lad. I reckon
That
you're
would be
sus.
more,
I am the imposter straight off the bat.
Lynch Senior, very sus, very sus.
That would be
he'd
more.
go as soon as the game starts. He'd go, "Why is my name in red?"
I've never actually played Amongst Us. We should do a stream.
Among Us,
FNR
Joey, not
Amongst.
amongst us.
I need to find it. Did
I don't know why
Dave
that's so funny.
Did Dave Shrewy delete the tweets or something? Because it was his tweets about Football Manager.
Maybe there were some parties who expressed interest that he didn't want.
Amongst us, where we find out who is the imposter.
Where is it? Okay.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, here we go. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, great guess.
I remember being like noticeably outwardly excited when I was reading through this series of tweets. I was like, is Michael Lynch actually going to be playing Football Manager? Is this going to happen?
The question is how far down the rabbit hole does Michael Lynch go playing Football Manager?
Actually,
Which club would he start with? Would he start with, let's say, Carlisle, for example?
No, he'd start with Spurs.
Yeah, 100%.
See, these are important questions we have to know.
This is interesting. Because my immediate first thought my second to first thought when I read about it was like, and maybe Joey, this might be something for you to hypothesize. I want to know what Lynch's tactics would be. How would he set up a team?
Kane off.
Route 1 direct football.
Big target man.
Along the lines of a big target man up top.
I feel like we should be letting Joey answer this question.
You see, this is how I know you
I know.
guys haven't hung out with him enough, because if you had, you would have been treated to stories about how he was a pacey wingback. Oh, see, Ante's nodding his head. Ante's heard it. And his appreciation for players that can run out the 90 minutes, get up and down the touchline.
That's why he has a little bit of a question mark over Daniel Arzani.
Does not run enough.
Yeah.
However, I think what is a non-negotiable in a Michael Lynch 11 would be tall and small two up front. And then
I mean,
whether that's in a 3-5-2 or
3-5-2, 100% 3-5-2.
Michael Lynch 11.
Sort of Antonio Conte style.
I must say, Joey, I think your dad was the only one who actually thought Rudy Gestede was a great player. Like, he really liked him.
Target man.
And if you put the ball in his head, he's unstoppable. Was literally the.
He's half a chance.
Just need a Jermaine Defoe type up front alongside him.
Or a Scott McDonald.
Type.
Scott McDonald, legit, is
I watch that show.
One of my favorite Australian footballers.
Any games?
You did a bit of a piece on him, didn't you, Ante? Didn't you interview him a few years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love Scott McDonald, man.
What about his video last year during the first lockdown?
That was good.
The virus start tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Got it.
Little did we know in those heady days.
That notification. That was very loud. Was that Ed?
Sorry, friends.
That was his coffee date. So
yeah, like, that notification sounded like an email from the anonymous Raw general manager.
Could I have your attention, please?
Shut up and read the damn email.
Wow. We are set for a smorgasbord, ladies and gentlemen. We have Osijek Dinamo then followed by Hajduk Rijeka tonight.
So is Denny Juric getting a game?
Denny Juric might play against Osijek and he might drop another stinker.
Followed by
he hasn't. Being the HNL expert and correspondent who actually can answer questions, unlike Lockie here, he hasn't.
He's chewing. He can't respond.
He hasn't played well to start. But then again, that was like he was more taking into account how he was used at Šibenik last season. He was very much like a complementary player, and Dinamo had already picked up like the most important, or one of the most important players at Šibenik in Bulat. And then they had, and Prince Ampem went to Rijeka, and so you had Sahiti and Denny Juric like kind of working off them. And Juric isn't really asked to do a lot in terms of build-up play, whereas with Dinamo, like Bruno Petkovic is a very involved number 9 in their build-up play, so it's a completely different dynamic. I was actually pretty surprised by the transfer, but we'll see how it develops. Actually, especially
watching...
now that. Sorry.
No, go on. Finish your point.
No. I was just saying, especially now with Mayer and Jakic having gone, and that's definitely going to dictate a different kind of playing style. So it'll be interesting.
I was going to say, speaking of Aussies abroad, I was watching a bit of Aiden Hrustic for Eintracht last night. He was playing in a double pivot in a 4-2-3-1.
It was saddening. Well, not really saddening, but heartbreaking to see Jens Peter Hauge score again for Eintracht Frankfurt.
Bro, you know how mad it would be to see a Christian Jakic, Aiden Hrustic double pivot, like just FK Balkan is coming back, and even though Freddie Bobic has gone to Hertha to be their sporting director, like the embers of Freddie Bobic's Balkan tactics are still alive and well at Eintracht. Plus Helga.
I just checked Twitter and saw a comment on your tweet from Aussie Groundhoppers asking why you've cropped your table at second, not who's top of the league, from an Australian Hibs fan.
See, why would you ask a question that you already know the answer to? That's just silly. That's on you.
What, though? Martin Boyle is scoring for fun at the moment for Hibs. I have noticed that. I haven't watched a single Hibs game, but I've seen that he's scoring for fun.
Do you need games sent over to you, Joseph?
Hey, of Hibs?
I can download games if you need.
No, they're on KO. I just can't be F.
Oh, okay.
There's only so many hours in the day.
Hey, mate. You're already becoming one of them. You're just phoning it in with respect to the research, mate. You got to be watching games. You've got to be watching games.
I do watch a lot of games. I watch so many games.
Oh, jeez.
I've got boxing highlights on Arena Sport 2. It's pretty great.
So is Messi playing tomorrow at 4:45?
Most likely, yeah.
Oh, so it's going to have to be double screening potentially. Actually, enough. Stuff that.
We'll
Milan
just
are
catch up
playing.
on it. Yeah, 100%.
Brahim starting, so Brahim Diaz.
Nick, what if the Miami Dolphins, Wigan Athletic, Milan, Collingwood,
and the Miami Heat were all playing at the same time?
and the Miami Heat were all playing?
Well, Collingwood.
And you know what? Throw on a little Utah Jazz with Rudy Gobert starting it. Starting at center. Because that's hard not to watch.
Collingwood on the big tally for sure. I'd have Milan on the laptop, and I'd have the Miami Heat on the phone.
Phone.
Yeah, because
Really,
it
just
depends.
a lost cause at that point.
It
Chuck
depends
a tablet in there.
If there's a tablet, Miami Heat on the tablet, so I can properly listen to the great commentary of Eric Reid and his kaboom.
What's the best sport to listen to on the radio for those, do you reckon?
Footy. 3AW
I
footy
think
for
so.
sure.
Yeah, 3AW.
And then on the phone, I'd chuck on the Dolphins, I reckon.
Yes.
Yep. 3AW, great footy, political opinions, all that sort of stuff.
Nick,
The best sport to listen on the radio though is baseball. There is no better sport.
And he's hit that ball. Someone collected it.
That's a
And he's a runner. And that's the end of that round of baseball.
Oh, it would be more like
cricket is
Gaussman,
actually
1-2
great to
pitch.
listen
Delivers to Smith. Line drive out, center field.
And it's out of here.
Do you
And
guys
then you pick up the ambiance of the crowd between the smack of the bat.
Cricket is very
Cricket's
good on the
great.
I love
Cricket's
cricket.
great.
I would put that on in the bottle shop, and people would spend more time
I
in
feel
the
like
bottle.
cricket and baseball would both be very easy things to sit and listen to.
You know what is a weird sport to listen to on the radio? I don't know if any of you guys have done this before, but tennis. Yeah, tennis is the strangest sport.
Tennis on the radio.
They
just
describe
sounds
it
completely
they
counterintuitive.
commentate every hit.
Oh,
Yeah, because they have to paint the picture. Yeah. So
Yeah, because I remember
cross-court
Are you
forehand to
kidding?
Djokovic with the backhand slice.
last
So they're the
year
only
when,
ones in the entire stadium allowed to talk.
When Kyrgios versus team was happening
checking my
in the
Twitter.
Australian Open, I was driving home and I was listening to it on the radio, and it was like forehand from Kyrgios, team with the return back across the
It's
court.
actually riveting. It's riveting because
Sounds like an option.
It's like a
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, like
It is-
racing, yeah.
So
Yeah.
trying to drag the conversation, kicking and screaming back to Celtic Rangers. What have we made of that first half? Big chance for Odson Edouard. Ryan Jack hits the post. A lot
It
of
was a
transition
basketball
end to end,
game.
but no one really edging it.
Took a while to get
Basketball
going.
game.
Yeah, long time.
It was a very I don't know if that's that was by design, but and look, I haven't really been listening to it with sound, but how did the crowd respond to Celtic having that much possession?
I haven't been listening with sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, neither.
I've only had it on very low.
Yeah.
So
Okay, it would be actually very interesting, like thinking about the let's say the timid or the tame complexion to the game as a consequence of Celtic's possession, and it was only when Rangers started to really play in transition did it kind of avalanche into something more, let's say, dynamic from a standpoint of, and more open. It started to go from box to box. You had those, like another like element or a consequence of that. You had that early whip into the box from not necessarily from within the let's say within the length of the penalty area, but outside of the penalty area. So you had that like 45-degree angle ball, and like you had a lot of them as it started to open up as well. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it pans out over the next 15 minutes, and then for the rest of the game.
I would be tempted to bring Ralston off, move Juranovic across, but I'm not sure if they don't seem to have their usual left back available, which is what's forced this kind of makeshift thing in the first place. So that's a shame.
Because that, and you were speaking of the book, let's say what was I going to say? You were talking about the balls out to Kyogo, and that's probably a consequence of the fact that Juranovic does have to sit tight and and the angle is closed on his distribution as well, so that they really can't get passing networks going from there. And speaking of Ange's implementation, they do like to play in very compacted areas of the pitch with respect to passing networks and passing, let's say, passing angles.
The only defenders they've got on the bench are Adam Montgomery, Nia Bitten, who's
do not bring that guy on.
He's a walking disaster, and a youngster called Osazi Erghogide, who I've never seen play, so I can't vouch.
Where's Karamoko Dembele at?
He's got an ankle injury back late next month.
Damn.
He's a good.
I remember when he was like 14 or 15, and he looked like he was 10 when he was playing in like decent friendlies, and he was so small. Oh, jeez.
Did anyone see Ange's interview with Sky?
I haven't watched it yet.
Nah.
Oh my God, I just realised we're running a competing watch-along to somewhere else.
Are we actually?
For whom?
To another organisation.
Which organisation?
I will not
name and shame. It's the Sunday Night Wars here on the Watchalong.
Raw is war.
Have they been destroyed in the summer of FNR?
We're on Twitch, right? Twitch raids are a thing, right? Can we raid them?
I don't think
they're not on Twitch is the problem.
Can we
it's
spot
not,
they're on
the
YouTube.
rating feature doesn't operate cross-platform.
Can we spot them?
We've got some good comments coming through. Sardine with a great shout. Best sport for radio is horse racing, which I think is a good shout.
People.
And Vivek Naidu says Montgomery he's informed us is an attacking left back who could come on and allow Juranovic to switch over. So the option is there. He doesn't even have a picture on FOTMob, and he's only 19. So it would be...
Yeah, and his rating on FIFA is only 52. So
he did get minutes. He did start against Alkmaar in the away leg. And played just over an hour. Streets don't forget being told
Ante,
Jeremy
that reminds me.
Doku was no good because he was rated 67 on FIFA.
I don't think I can say the name out loud on stream, but have you seen this Twitter account? I got to send it to you.
Send it to me.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Oh no!
Do they talk about?
I think it
people with
deleted
99 pace on FIFA or something?
It's sort
Does
of.
Buddy should slot this?
Well, Paul's in for the free kick.
Yep.
Oh.
Straight into the wall.
Awesome.
Got him McAllister.
A very proficient free kick taker in his own right.
Yeah, that one in the Merseyside derby.
Is this Ali McCoist on co-commentary?
Loved the low free kick as well.
I can't hear the commentary, Josh, so I am not sure.
I've seen a lot of people on soccer Twitter complaining about how they can't understand the accents.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
That's part of the course.
Man.
Hey, has anyone seen Ed since he coughed his lungs out?
No, true.
It's a worrying development.
Very ominous, isn't it?
Well, it is the looming fear that we're all living with at the moment. So.
Not me. I'm fully vaxxed, mate. 1B.
Yeah. I am still partially there, so I've only got 2.5 G in my veins right now. Not fully 5, but we're getting there.
What changes
Soon
would you
enough-
make
soon
if you're
enough you're gonna-
Ange?
I would buy Microsoft products if I was Ange. Only one person got.
No. I was just offended because it wasn't referencing Telstra. We must have got different vaccines. Look, for the service they provide, they're bloody affordable. That's all I'll say.
Oh god.
I think Rogic has got a role to play.
Boy, you are elite.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the yeah.
It's a matter of when rather than if.
I would also say it's also complexion. If it's a box-to-box game, I don't know if Rogic is really the one to kind of keep up.
Was that any of us laughing?
What was that?
No, that was for
Yeah,
me.
what the hell was that? That must got Jesus.
Is Ed having an exorcism?
What?
We're
When
gonna
did
put
Mark
it on mute
Hamill
from
join
now
the
on.
stream?
Hey, I'm just waiting for someone to come out of that cupboard or something like that.
I know.
Like seriously.
More, I can't look at his thing on the call because it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Same.
It's foreboding.
Like, have you guys seen The Invisible Man?
Is that any
Nah.
good?
I'm expecting
Yeah, he's in
Zoom
Ed's
to
Zoom
just
square right
walk
now.
onto the frame.
It's very good, but it's like Eddie's literally the Invisible Man right now. I'm just waiting for the chair to move without anyone being there. Or
It's ironic because normally you can't.
It's gonna glitch to black, and then a pair of eyes will just be staring back at us, smiling.
it's gonna be glitched to black, and then he's just gonna show up with Paul Bearer.
God damn it!
Tell you what, first one, Rangers on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kmart roof
good
sporting
pictures.
Play out from
the
the back there.
Kmart roof sporting the Rob Holding haircut. I see
We've got
A
a
lot of players getting that one at the moment.
fitting
Oh,
on
sure.
top.
we've got a
Staff
few.
up there pretty much just grabbed him in a German suplex and then complained when he got whistled to the free kick.
We've got a few pogs in the chat, guys.
What the hell's
It's always good. Love a
Pog
few
in the
pog champs.
chat. That's definitely been set up by the Lockie, and
I didn't set that up.
yeah.
That's that has happened probably because
Yeah,
my
I'm-
housemate has overheard me.
I'm with Joey. What is?
But
what is a
yes,
Poggers.
pog to all our lovely viewers.
pog?
A pog is
Ed's
like
okay.
is a Twitch thing. There's this emote called the Pog Champ, which is this. Well, it was a guy. Now it's a lizard, making this excited face. It's when something awesome happens, pretty much.
So wait,
Okay.
you're trying
Young
to say
person
this guy-
explains
It
Twitch
is
to
this guy
aging
turned in-
millennials.
This guy turned into a lizard. Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
Is
It's
this guy
was
Dr.
he-
Is this guy
was he-
Dr. Kurt Connors?
Was he already a reptilian humanoid mode?
No. They had to change the PogChamp because the original PogChamp emote face got himself in a bit of controversy.
he got milkshake ducked.
So he turned into a lizard. Is that what you're
No, they just changed the emote to something that just happened to be a lizard. The person in question.
Did he
was not
shave
a
his
lizard.
head to become?
I will not be answering any more questions on this topic.
Just as I was
Is that
asking-
Damir
Speaking
Kulash's
for
music?
midnight.
Oh, Damir. But speaking of being milkshake ducked, Ed, which team are you representing with your t-shirt?
Ooh,
Oh no.
the Washington Football Club. Joey. Thanks for asking.
Washington
The football club.
basketball.
Football club.
The
Football
club.
team, Ed.
They're just good Washington footy. That's what we like to
Yeah,
see.
good old-fashioned Washington.
They play some good corridor footy. I've heard the football club.
Washington FC.
It's like Euro
They love
Trip when they ask him to sing the song
Yeah.
for Manchester United.
It's actually
My baby
Now what
takes
they-
the morning train.
what they love to
Watch
do is
the
they love
Manchester United.
the Washington Football Club like to play corridor slingshot footy.
they've got an attacking brand of footy.
I just love the way they go about it.
They're still looking for someone to fill the Dusty role in the team. But,
they've got a couple players who can fill the quarterback role in the team, but they're just.
I think they should be looking into EPL style loans. Fill out the roster.
EPL style loans.
This is getting so niche.
At the moment, though, I can't hate Washington at the moment purely because they are the current employers of Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Hey, what a man!
What a beard!
What a god!
Hey, Joey, but you remember what the last time he played, what he did to you guys? When he was getting face masked and he flung the ball out for a 45-yard pass, which ended up eventuating in you guys losing.
Yes, Nick.
Yeah.
I think the face tells the story that he does.
I thought he was looking confused, so I thought I'd explain it again. What a moment.
Who do you go for again, Joe?
In what, the NFL?
Yeah.
The Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
The Vegas Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders. But
Yes.
that doesn't flow as well as the Oakland Raiders.
How you going, Damir?
What's our Davis?
Is your Foxtel working now?
Thank you. Yes, it is. Had a few
Foxtel.
technical issues in the first half.
Did you not plug the aerial into your house?
I may have missed this in the first half, but has anyone asked Ante for his thoughts on Nikola Vlasic's
we have been there
extensively.
I am in a glass case of emotion right now.
Ante is Patrick Bateman in the final monologue of American Psycho right now.
I've gained nothing from this confession of being in a glass case of emotion. Oh God! I'm gonna have to watch. Probably the worst thing about this is that I'm actually gonna have to watch the Premier League now.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously. I was happy with watching the Ruska Premier Liga, but the English Premier League is a different kettle of fish.
Maybe you can helm the West Ham Watchalong with Athos.
It's
and
actually
Reece Hawker.
relatively enjoyable so far.
Reece will be live at the stadium. How's that going to work?
Yeah.
Did anyone see the lovely video that Reece posted on his Instagram today?
I saw it. I didn't watch it.
I did not.
Well, it's a video of him and Luke Kitchell doing their podcast, but you don't actually, it doesn't cut to Luke until about 40 seconds in. So you just think it's Reece kind of just doing a monologue.
Isn't it only a 50-second video as well?
Yeah. So it's
I must say, Reece is in redemption mode after unleashing a terror on the football fraternity 2 years ago. I won't name names, but
Yeah, but
I'm confused by this.
do not associate any of this to me. I have nothing to do with such idiocy. Such
he responded to an email which unleashed an unspeakable terror.
Oh,
It was a Pandora's box that we don't need to get into right now.
okay.
Oh,
It was the great what if.
What if moment?
sliding doors.
It was
Great
the
delivery from
sliding door.
Bartisic.
very nice.
What?
Sorry to
Confused,
go.
was I coughing violently before I left?
Yeah, you
Yes,
We thought
very,
you died.
No, I
very
wasn't.
violently. No, you
Did you
did
have
it.
Mark Hamill's Joker in the room with you as well? At
What?
one?
were. Yeah, Jesus, you were like, there was like an evil laugh in your,
No, that was from Ante. I thought he said.
was it?
I wasn't.
No,
coughing.
you were definitely coughing up some mad fur balls.
Did my cat puke somewhere?
Maybe. There was certainly a blood-curdling retch from someone.
Oh,
According
no.
to Sky Sports, Spurs are in talks to sign Emerson Royal from Barcelona.
That's a
Didn't
good
they?
signing.
Didn't they just buy him in this
I
window?
have
Or
to go
was
ask if my cat puked somewhere.
That's a good
Was it
signing,
last year?
actually.
Buy
They
it.
only just bought him from Betis. So
he? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Maybe a loan?
Cameron Devlin spec.
Devak actually made
When
a
Devon Spesh.
suggestionary substitutions. Kyogo can play through the middle,
10. Yep.
and Christie could play on the left. So you could take off Edward, who hasn't had the
more
best
width.
game.
You know what they should sell him, Lockie?
Through the center. I think that's not a bad suggestion. What are you going to say, Nick? I'm sure it'll be very serious.
Just said it.
I just said it.
I didn't hear what you said, Nick.
Young
Sorry.
boy just has such great delivery with his barbs. Like and they seem so diplomatic as well. But like he's just absolutely giving like
Young boy
tearing people up.
I'm not sure.
Young boy has elite delivery and elite memes. I'm just a big fan of. I just love the way you go about it. Boy.
good footy energies.
Lucky, don't blush, bro. Come on.
Lucky,
All right, Chris Gale.
Lucky, I showed Lucky, I showed Ante your two memes, the dancing one and the
dancing.
You're gonna put that just up straight up on Twitter at some point, aren't you? Because if you don't, I will.
Wait, is this the one that
the dancing one? Yeah.
Okay. It's so heartwarming to cater to such a specific niche.
I'll tell you what, Lockie, at the end of this game, you can post that in celebration of Hearts still being top of the league.
Okay.
Let me just say, I have never seen those dance moves in person. Okay.
Let me just say, I have heard him correct himself from calling it a toasty to a piadina live in the person. He called me the night before and he said, "Is it a piadina or a toasty?" I'm like, "It's a piadina."
Oh, Joe Hart.
I think I have seen those dance moves once in person.
Oh,
must be nice.
All right. Well, a little preview of what's to come on Lockie's Twitter. A little cryptic, but
I've heard stories about other occasions.
Oh, shoot!
I was saying in the chat, I can't believe I started the morning thinking that an Australian meme about supporting Hearts would be the most niche thing I made that day.
You were
very
wrong.
wrong. You were very wrong.
The dancing one is just great gas.
It is elite.
Edouard
they're up and about.
Oh, good cutback. Good idea.
My only concern with posting is what the person who is involved will think that this person they haven't met has made this meme.
You can just blame us, Lockie. Say we bullied you into it.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'll say, we shook hands once. Yeah, that's basically both know each other.
Look, you know what? He'd love it. He'd suddenly love it. He'd be like, "Okay, shall I do it again?" So definitely.
I mean, he should definitely do it again because I needed more footage for
Connor Goldson just gave Kyogo the big welcome to Scotland, scream in his face after he tackled him, by the way.
Well, thank God we got the Qatar World Cup because he probably will be sent to do similar roles when the World Cup rolls around. So
you can't drink over there, so it won't be.
No. In Melbourne.
It'll be here.
Here. True. Oh, we can drink now. There we go.
I thought we were talking about Connor Goldson for a second.
Here we go. Take it.
Transition.
What minute are you guys on?
60.
20.
Yeah, same.
60-30.
I'm going to pause.
Nick Hughes
60 minutes.
Primo Wi-Fi.
I'm going to pause for 5-10 seconds if you would like to as well.
Well, at
This
least
Balkan stream is all tired.
if we do a Socceroos one on Friday, at least we'll all be on the same time. If we're
4 a.m.
Yeah, terrestrial television.
What time is it? 4
Oh man.
It's Friday.
For the Vietnam game, probably more likely.
Mando Norris.
Mando, yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, what?
When's the Vietnam game?
It's the following week, but it's at 10 p.m. So
nice.
A lot more likely.
Because I know Croatia's at 4:45 on Thursday.
I enjoy Vietnam's national team a lot as well, so that should be a fun game.
Who's Croatia got
Russia. In Russia. Big game.
The Vlasic derby.
It's actually it's a big one. It's a very big one, and Modric injured, so.
Ooh.
So we might actually lose 5-0.
So Callum McGregor just overlapped.
Nice ball.
Kyogo. I mean, I don't hate that, but he's the 6.
SummerSlam.
What's he doing up there?
Russia taking on Croatia for the custody of Nikola Vlasic.
Nikola Vlasic on a pole.
Custody of Dominic Latimer.
Raining down on him.
Wow. That's some debris.
Where's Demi Payet when you need him?
No, we did not need him in Scotland.
Be a very one-sided riot.
Has anyone
No
been
Celtic
watching
fans in the
Marseille,
ground.
actually? Speaking of Dimitri Payet,
Nope.
like,
He's got a shit haircut now, doesn't he?
oh, he has a horrible haircut, but like they play some ridiculous football under Sampaoli.
I forgot Sampaoli was at Marseille. That's
It went
fun.
halfway through. Yeah, like they have this like really, you know how like we've spoken about development of the Fisher Space Pen. That's how Marseille play right now. It's like just play practical midfielders instead, like as your theoretical grey lead. And so they do this like really weird positional rotation with Gunduzi, who ends up playing as a second striker for them. Like in face of attack, it's crazy, man. And they have like a Cengiz Under as a like a right wing back. It's out there, but it's kind of fun at the same time because it's all just vibes.
Do they do the crazy Sampaoli pressing or?
Yeah.
Is he moving on?
Oh yeah.
Who's he the dead bringer for? Sampaoli?
Lucky, look at Athos, just living his life.
Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say who's the lookalike for Sampaoli? Particularly when you look at the sleeve comparisons as well.
I got it straight away, I think.
Yeah. It's Joe Rogan.
Oh wow.
It's actually not
You're
who
not
I was
wrong.
thinking of. But that's a
But
good one.
Who are you thinking of?
They desperately need a bit more.
I will send it.
I know Arena Sport Balkan would absolutely be talking about Orgic's heritage and like because that's what they tend to do on these like outside of weird pronunciations for Anglo surnames, they always talk about like Balkan heritage players. So Orgic would be absolutely getting a pump up in this 30 seconds. Right
I thought you were talking about his Canberran heritage.
I remember my first joke, Joseph.
So Edouard just got a useless yellow card.
Yeah.
Silly.
Get him off.
It's not an old firm unless some bloke's getting an absolutely silly booking.
Morelos hasn't done anything stupid yet. I'm stunned.
No Celtic fans, mate.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of
supportive
chances.
environment. That's all he needs.
Also, Josh, what I would say to that is there is still 20 minutes left.
To quote Jim Beglin on Provo Soccer, there's still time for some Eb here. Oh, they massacred my boy.
Is there an argument to suggest that Celtic are better with Kyogo as a false nine? I mean, Edouard obviously scores goals. And
Nah, like you.
There's a lot of talk amongst the fan base that he's checked out this season and he wants to move.
He does want out, but
it's a very divisive player at the moment amongst Celtic supporters.
That's the thing. And so, like, I don't know if Kyogo as, let's say, a pivot, if you want to call it that. Like, I think that would be predominantly born of circumstance or like dependent on circumstance. I don't know if, like, in a game like this, I don't think it.
Because it certainly worked pretty well against some of the minnows.
Again, yeah, exactly.
But this is the problem in Scotland. There are like a few games a year that are totally different to the others.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing eventful has happened.
Oh.
Okay.
And there it is.
And there it is.
Well, they did threaten from the set pieces before.
Rangers.
Bartosic with another great delivery.
So have they just copped a goal? Oh. Fuck.
Philip
Let's see.
Helander.
Barisic's ball in is good.
Show me Steven Gerrard. Put him on the screen.
It's a great ball.
He's
Another great
there,
swinger.
Oh, that's a
Wait,
fantastic.
what do you mean? Is he quarantined?
Yeah.
And the Rangers.
It's a top corner move, top delivery towards the back peg.
Yeah, just
Strong
sorry.
header.
Yeah.
That is
pretty good.
It's a top corner, top header.
That is a great header.
It would have been a great save.
Knock it in.
Oh, wow. He's had a free run at that, though, man.
Oh, there's Jermaine Defoe's the assistant coach.
He's had an absolutely free run at that.
Canadian legend, Jermaine Defoe.
No one impeded him whatsoever. He could have carried a cup of coffee up to that header and still like not have spilt the drop there.
Cup of coffee.
What a great goal by Sebastian Vettel.
Coffee.
Nice head.
Coffee in the big game.
Thanks, Bill.
He does look a bit like Sebastian Vettel.
That is an unfortunate bloke with his shirt off.
Hold up.
Did
On
anyone
comes
see
Rogic.
that
Here he is.
video of,
There we go.
Look at that haircut. That's a haircut you could set your watch to.
Johnny Unitas. What a man.
Oh,
Now it's 1-0.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Oi! Oh, here we go.
Diogo is
the chosen one.
oh.
It is down as well. What's that?
Diogo
He's
is
on.
down.
Oh, fuck. That's a nice.
I hope. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that was just good goalkeeping.
Thanks
Oh,
for
shit.
like you guys are priming me here. I appreciate this.
Yeah, we warm you up.
There it is. Oh, that's a big
It's
chance.
like that's like just NPL spec
Look
in
at that.
behind, man.
Camera wobble. Oh,
Actually, speaking of NPL,
That is some serious camera wobble.
Yeah.
apparently,
Can I get a
Yeah,
steady
right.
cam on that, please?
Some serious wobble of something else.
Wow.
apparently
well.
Clive Tildesley mentioned the original Melbourne Derby in his commentary.
Oh,
What an
Really?
absolute legend
Oh,
on your Clive Tildesley.
Oh,
Is Mail of Sorrow on for David Turnbull?
and it goes in.
Interesting.
And this. I'm done.
No.
If I speak,
If I speak, I'm in
Did you
big trouble.
see? Did you see Musa Sissoko just sold from Tottenham just straight into Watford starting 11? Like no.
Is he
no
starting?
hesitation. Yeah, he's starting.
I mean,
straight.
Watford are
against-
used to
against
moving
Tottenham
players
as well.
around.
Yeah, against Tottenham. He probably got on the same bus just to say it like logistically.
hey boys, can you hear me?
Okay, I've
He
seen
has
the
to sit
camera
at the.
wobble
Oh,
now.
no.
There's some serious.
That
camera
is some serious camera wobble, actually. I'm
That
at
is-
68-14, having to change it to Sky Sports.
Yeah, 14, bro.
Bro.
You're a minute 15.
Yeah, but Ante's watching through 4 VPNs and
Yeah,
Several
what are you
so-
on? What's your browser on? Like Tor?
No, I'm just using SSIP TV on the telly, man. On the big telly, actually.
on
wow.
the big telly.
On the big telly.
Don't like walk too heavily in your house, or else it'll disrupt the stream. That fragile.
No, it's actually pretty good, like with respect to picture quality and whatnot. But sometimes it just cuts.
you just got to go outside and throw a few stones at the satellite dish and realign
Work,
it.
you bastard! Like just nah. There's actually a bicycle or like an exercise bike out back. Hopefully, it's on Sky Sports main event as well. Come on, you bastard!
Got to upgrade to the hamster wheel,
come on, man.
human size. So yeah, it looks like 4-2-3-1 now. I think Sorrow is on to playing a double pivot.
Okay, I'm at 70-11.
Maxwell Smart missed
Awesome.
it by an
Yeah.
So sorry, where are you guys at the moment?
70,
70,
48.
45.
48.
All right, I'm at 70-15.
I'm
so it's
gonna
not too bad.
pause for 26.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
and
gonna-
it's like I'm in 1080p.
Oh.
Get in.
I
So
paused it.
Arena Sport uses 720p like Channel 7. So
except you haven't got them speaking like whether the ball's out of bounds or
no, yeah, I've got I've got monotonous Balkan commentators who know their shit and like just can actually talk about the game. They slander A-League players so much during A-League games, actually.
Who's one of the biggest culprits? Like in terms of who's one of the players that they slander the most?
Top 5 in players, A-League players slandered by Balkan commentators. Neil Kilkenny. Another one is Josh Sotirio.
Yeah, checks out.
Third would be
Oh, you clown.
was Rudy Gested, but now he's gone. Another one was also daggers. And Barbarousis.
Because he
Like,
earns too
just-
much, or
No, just because he makes bad decisions constantly.
Yeah, that's
Bombardski.
To be fair, in my household, like when my old man's watching it, Barbarousse is probably the most
Cops
slandered player, just because
He's a fast idiot.
he's just like this past season and a bit, he's
Yeah.
just missed way too many easy chances, and that's like one of the biggest pet peeves is when you miss quite easy chances. That like a number
Great
of
line
games
speed,
last
though.
year, Sydney probably like I remember the MacArthur game when someone got sent off. I can't recall who, but before the
like a
send off,
super early send off. Milligan's send off in like the 30th minute.
Yeah.
No. The next one.
Oh.
When MacArthar won.
Oh,
Johnny,
Was it Retro that got sent off?
Retro, that's right. Yeah.
But at the same time, playing him as a forward when he's not really a forward, it creates this like really stupid like really counterproductive thought experiment.
right?
But
John
there was
Lundstrom for
season-
Kemaru.
John Lundstrom, the destroyer.
Was
Look
it
at him.
the one season fantasy Premier League wonder?
at Victory his last season? Barbarousse scored 15.
Yeah, he
Wow.
playing in
But as
the strike partnership with Toivonen.
Yeah, Toivonen just
Oh.
made everyone so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Different gravy.
I remember him scoring.
Playing with Trent Bahadra up front is much different.
Yeah, he's still got Ninkovic providing him.
Yeah, but like Ninkovic isn't really.
Yeah, but
he's not
Ante,
occupying the
who
centre-backs.
would win in a foot race, mate? Olatoivo?
He can beat
Look,
Usain Bolt
to
over
quote
30 meters.
someone who I
alright,
respect
so,
highly,
like,
I know
Bro,
who
if
I
you don't
take.
bet your Super Bowl ring on it, are you really claiming it? Come on.
Yeah, careful.
I said what I said. I said my piece.
Question for the fantasy Premier League players out there, and this is if anyone plays with fantasy points, do I play Ashley Westwood?
We don't play your rogue.
I know, but okay, fine. Disband all context then. Do I play Højbjerg or Westwood?
They're both just nothing players.
Not
So-
in my league.
Højbjerg's going to make a lot of passes against Watford, and he might get on the end of a set piece, maybe.
The only thing is that Westwood takes the corners for Burnley. So.
Yeah, but
Who are
like
Burnley
the thing
playing?
is,
Shoot.
Burnley are going to have an absolute madness. They've got the best coach in the league in Sean Dyche. They're going to rip Leeds apart. And they signed Cornet, actually. So Cornet's a very good player.
Yeah, but he's probably not
That
playing
Very
this first game.
un-Burnley-like signing.
That was, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
they're,
So strange.
they're going to
me, man.
rip Leeds apart, man.
I just
I'm
looked it
gonna
up.
play-
Harry Kane starts for Spurs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Surprised they dropped Lucas Moura. I reckon he's been the.
Harry can find a bit of form before he jets off to Hungary.
Hmm.
That's
He
actually
can go and get.
that's going to be a really difficult game, I reckon. Hungary in Hungary.
Or the
It's not good at
Pushkas.
the US.
At the Hungary.
The Carpathian hordes behind the goals.
Hunger.
Oh yeah.
And the Hungaro ring.
You know how good it would have been if we were able to play our Euro games at Hungary instead of England? Would have been home games.
He's Tucker
Oh.
Carlson coming.
I wouldn't. I don't know what it's like to complain about the Euros, guys. It was a pretty good month.
Did Italy win the Euros game? Fuck, I don't-
I
Euros.
had a pretty good time as well. You know,
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Lucky-
being there.
Lockie
fun.
Lockie and Ed had fun on final day as well. We had
I
fun.
had a great time.
I have
What
to
was
say,
that?
this has
When
been
was
really
that?
underwhelming compared to the rest of the Celtic games I've watched so far this season.
This has been a
They've
pretty.
been
Derbies
Um,
are often like that,
This
though, aren't they?
is a bit like the Midtjylland game, to be honest.
No, I just mean Celtic's performance, not
Yeah.
necessarily the entertainment value.
No, yeah. This is for me. This like performance-wise, it's like the Midtjylland game as well.
But
Yeah,
they were,
like
they
a
were
decent-
stringing more combinations together in the Michelin
second,
fixture.
the second game.
Oh, I didn't watch the second game. The first
Second
leg,
leg,
I thought they
yeah.
were great.
Yeah, secondly.
What are the
It's like, yeah,
factors? Like, what are the
stupid
factors that are
moments like
contributing to
that.
that, though? Like, Is that as a consequence of the way Rangers are playing? Or?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's predominantly the fact that they're not allowing Celtic to get into the areas they want to play in, because they like to use, especially when McGregor was playing as that lone six. Like that's why, yeah, that's probably informed going to 4-2-3-1 as well, because how they incorporated McGregor into third man play. They really weren't allowed to do that in either of the games here. Well, it's been interesting to see Ange adjust in that respect.
Because Ralston took so long to play that pass. Like, I don't know. He just frustrates me because he's just so like rough around the edges.
I think every Scottish team has got to have one of those players, Josh.
Yeah,
you know,
it just slows everything down.
We're not a money league. Okay, every team has a Ralston. It's all good. This is the way.
Cat.
This is the way.
Cat's taking center stage again. Just as well we don't have Pakua on the screen.
Well, you know what's funny, Josh? Mine has just made his presence known as well.
Oh dear. Axel.
Is Josh, for you, is Ralston like the Scottish national team version of Stephen O'Donnell? That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I think so.
Look how massive that Specsavers sponsor is on the.
It's funny seeing Specsavers outside of Australia, actually.
Yeah.
I have to say it's good banter that they put it on the referees' uniforms.
Like IPSN.
Sorry, but just quietly, we've gone into full U-shape playing at the moment with Celtic, man.
Yeah, they're not getting the ball into the kind of 10 area at all. Like Rogic hasn't had anything.
It's very U-shape at the moment.
Well, it's sort of the opposite of what Celtic usually do. They usually try and force the issue and they don't play in the U-shapes.
Josh, you are looking like a proper podcaster in the beanbag chair with the mic boom.
That's right.
Thank
Lovely.
you. Got my assistant perched on my shoulder as well.
Producer Cat.
Better than... I didn't see.
If I speak. So how about those Bombers, eh?
Just
Sorry,
twisting the knife.
now we've got a second Bombers fan in here. I just needed to say it one more time.
He's gone.
Turn my video off.
Vid is off.
Oh, the step over.
How's your September going, Nick?
The last 17 Septembers have been pretty good, Damir. We've actually won a grand final and plenty of finals in that period. So
yeah, but I reckon the next 17 Septembers don't look too good, do they?
Hey, rebuild mode. It's all right. We're coming.
You're not rebuilding without Horn.
Carlton have been saying that for 20
Hey,
years.
we got Dakes. We got Dakes. We got
You can have it, man.
We got Dakes times 2. Ed, you go for the Kangas, man. Like that's even more.
Hey, I actually, myself and a couple of friends actually got a mate who didn't have a football team to now become a North Melbourne member.
Yeah, you've
and
done
so
it.
do that.
We gave him a triple XL Ben Cunnington Guernsey, and
Why would you?
he's
Something for-
absolutely
why would you
wrapped.
do that to them?
Something
No,
for
he
him to
goes,
grow
like,
into.
He actually
Ben Cunnington.
He
You got him a
actually-
scrapbook of great North Melbourne
No,
players. And
he
he's gone
actually,
by Michael Ferrito, page
No,
1.
he actually
I
loves.
actually have a Michael Ferrito Guernsey.
He's a big fan of Z-Wool because he gets him a lot of points on Supercoach.
Jack Zeeble.
So
Jack
that's-
Zeeble.
yeah, Jay
Referee.
No, Ante, if you really want to get the best, you should have gotten a Sean Attlee jersey because he's an absolute whipping.
No, Sean Attlee is still a rising player. You know, what is it, 31?
It was
You know he's only 29 and he's played almost 250 games.
We had to make the decision whether to.
That's a red.
No, he slipped. Wow. He just fell over. He literally just fell over.
Oh, if he blows the whistle, it's a red.
Oh, that's a really bad.
I don't think he is, Josh.
But he didn't pay the one up the other end, so he shouldn't pay.
Risky as hell. There's no VAR in Scotland though, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's God's football is what this is. There's no VAR.
Yeah, he just slipped. Jesus.
Yeah, he just took a tumble.
Yeah,
He didn't touch him at all.
I think he touched him a bit.
I do not think you could give a red card for that.
If it's a foul, it's a red.
That was a hideous 30 seconds of
And it
football.
was.
Like going from
Yeah.
how Rangers coughed
This
the
has been
ball up to
terrible.
how Rogic coughed the ball up, and then
I
that
think,
slip to then
yeah.
that. Like it was. I think this might be it.
Yeah, you kind of have the feeling that a Rangers second in transition is looming.
If
The most
McGregor, he got the
likely-
ball through to Rogic just there, and
Yeah.
that was about 82-20. If
Yeah.
McGregor had slipped that ball through to Rogic, he had so much space. Rogic was just absolutely apoplectic that the pass didn't make it.
I think Cody Waitman got softer freeze than.
Drive, man.
Good stuff.
The king of shithousery. Sorry.
Yeah, off you come, champ.
Fashion. Fashion Sakala. That is a great first name.
Fashion.
Fashion.
Fridays.
Up there with Precious and God's Gift.
Well, you know,
Speaking of
some first names they go out of style after a while, but that one doesn't.
That never does.
Has anyone seen Cruella?
Yes.
No, I haven't actually.
No.
Yeah, isn't it just a decent film, Athos? I watched it and thought I'm aptly entertained watching
It was
it.
good, but the bad guy is more Cruella than Cruella herself. That's what I've found.
Yeah, I mean, look, they had to give her an origin story, and they couldn't just make her a complete psychopathic.
So did they have to emasculate all the male characters in this origin story?
No, not really. They just empowered the women.
Okay, just to interrupt our discussion of girl boss cinema, if I was to ask you what the most athletic type of story the Athletic could run this weekend, what would you think it was?
Oh, jeez.
Okay, there was an analyst in Transnistria, and he works for Sheriff Tiraspol, and now they're in the Champions League, and so this is the story of that analyst day to day.
Why Mike Conley is the difference maker come next year's NBA season.
I'm just going to say, the Athletic have done a deep dive into why Wigan fans gave a duck a minute's applause.
Oh, that is great.
Wow.
I love that.
But you know what? Like,
that is the greatest bit. I love how being a Wigan supporter just creates such weird memories.
Only the second best footballing duck.
Unpopular opinion about the Athletic, but for a business model that is.
Oh! Hey!
Yo!
Oh,
That's unlikely.
yeah, save.
Just
I cannot believe I'm actively cheering for a Celtic goal. This is
yes, in
horrible.
there, Lewis.
I hate this.
Oh, you might have squared that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
you
You
should've.
really should have.
That as well. He's
Oh.
He didn't look up. He was only looking.
McCrory has made
Good-
a few
good
good
save.
saves, actually.
It was a good save.
Two against Kyogo.
It wasn't
now,
a bad
that's-
shot at all.
He couldn't have placed it anywhere better, to be honest.
He had so much
Well,
fun.
he could have put it further in the corner.
Ah, well, you're kidding. Shut up.
Just saw the chance. It's a pretty routine save.
So, Joe, it's an entire feature about Keith the Duck.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Crow Duck feature when? That's
That's
what
what I pay
say.
$60 a year for.
Crow Duck
Melbourne-
feature
Melbourne
when?
Melbourne Knights Duck feature when, yeah.
And apparently also looking at my Twitter, Donda just dropped.
Oh,
Yeah.
did it
First
actually?
one to tell
Yeah.
Kanye West fans that nobody else cares.
His name's not
Yeah.
Kanye West anymore, Joey. It's just yay.
Yay.
It's,
I thought it was Yee. Like,
No.
one way to get
Yeah.
yourself kicked out
Oh,
of
here we
these,
go. Here we go. Oh,
Oh,
oh
oh,
Oh,
no!
Oh, then he squared it. Of all. Oh, you
Oh, you
dunce.
squared it the wrong time.
Dunce.
Oh, Kyogo. Why do I say nice things about players? God damn.
I mean, Celtic are a bit
Oh,
unlucky to
yeah.
be
Let
behind.
the hate flow
I mean,
through you.
why am I upset? This is Celtic Schadenfreude. I should be enjoying it.
Because it's Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, but it's just this
This
is
is
very
the
alien
future of
feeling to
Australian
me.
football.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
our reputation in the world at
Look,
stake.
I've got to remind myself
We-
this is a win-win
Oh.
win for
Look,
me.
let's just be thankful that, Diogo's next game of football he plays is not against Australia, because he'd be very mad and he'd be having his revenge game.
He's
Very
I like
angry.
him when he's angry.
Playing devil's advocate here, like he's not really getting a shot off with the keeper advancing in that situation. Like,
I didn't think squaring it was a bad decision.
No, it was just the
Yeah,
accuracy
he
of the
just-
pass.
screwed up.
you're
It
kind of,
was a
but you're
perfectly
playing it blind. Like you're kind of just hoping that players are there because he's run into a cul-de-sac, irrespective of the fact that he's in the penalty area. Like he's not really going anywhere.
Or a court.
Or a close.
Yeah, close. Not an avenue.
A boulevard.
Yep. Not off
Court?
broken
Boulevard
dreams.
of Broken Dreams.
Up
Circuit?
next to it.
Jinx.
Wake me up when September ends.
Yeah, you would, Nick.
Yep.
Nicely played.
Well done.
Yeah.
You call imposters, mate.
Oh, nice.
Uphill.
Go. Good ball.
Oi,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Celtic are coming. They're coming hard at the end here.
Must be nice.
Oh.
Yeah, not one of your best there, young boy. Oi!
Oh.
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 Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
That was always off target.
All I'm hearing is
Yeah.
just shouting for the
That-
past
that was-
minute.
that
It's
was,
actually great.
That was one of
priming.
It's
the.
just loud
Yeah,
noises.
just constant
Yeah.
priming. Oh, now I'm just living in this perma stress right now. Like,
Brian Kent.
It's like watching an Anthony Robbins seminar. Constant priming.
Tony Robbins seminar.
young boy is just
He's done it again.
you've just gone up another level. Like you've really become an elite footballer over the
Turn
last
my,
year.
gonna have to turn my
Lucky,
video off.
lucky, your PSI is way too high in your tires at the moment, mate.
My camera's off.
Tony Robbins / Gary V seminar.
Look, Lockie, the lid is off as well, mate. With respect to you, mate.
The lid is very firmly on. Going nowhere.
Everyone reckons Athos is doing his best model pose right now, which
Who's everyone?
Was
Athos,
it, was
yeah.
it,
I
was
said
it Brian or
Ivan.
Michael Laudrup at the '98 World Cup?
People in the Twitch commenting.
yes, we've got a few comments coming through.
Yeah, lovely.
We should make them a market for that sort of thing, Athos. You got any spare time?
Can he
Get
even
that on
hear
the
us?
dip on one of our other social platforms.
Right.
Oh, dear.
That I want Celtic to score.
How many minutes we're going to have?
Come on,
I reckon they'd
Celtic.
be
Come
able
on,
to-
Celtic. Come on, Celtic.
Long ball. That's it.
Are we looking forward to the Surly Ange press conference after this, where he gets?
He calls
Ask-
calls the reporter mate.
Just really curt
Actually-
intonation.
Yeah, I don't know, mate.
No, I
See,
don't know.
that's
mate.
why I want to
No.
because I don't want the Scottish press to come after Ange.
No, that's what you think, mate.
Oh, I wouldn't call it a step up, mate. World Cups.
4 minutes. How
Does it
that
progress
just-
beyond mate the angrier he gets? Does it go up to
Oh,
champion or
does it
big
go up
dog?
to
Or...
Nah,
Slugger.
like I think
Slugger.
it's like
I
a
hope-
natural progression
I
from
hope-
mate
I
I
hope
to
you-
love
I-
mate seed.
drops are rare. Like,
I hope he rips. I hope he rips out a. What do you think? How do you
Oh, you
think
tell
the game went?
you tell me. mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
I'd say I'll-
really hope that when Ange eventually wins the title, he comes after whichever journalist gave him the most stick. He does the where's the apology? Where's the apology?
I'm waiting for my apology there, Muscles.
Is that a big one
Muscles?
still there?
muscles.
I want a compilation at the end of the season of everything that Ange says he's not, like a doctor, an accountant,
I
a
haven't got a
board
crystal
member,
ball. I haven't got a crystal ball, man.
fortune teller.
I would like a compilation of all the people, the Australian media from back in the day, especially some of the punditry back around the World Cup qualifiers back in the day, and get
Same
a
names.
compilation of that.
Bad takes.
I mean,
Not
that'd be-
Freezing
Santa's very
cold
funny.
takes Australian football
Being on
version.
the wrong side of history.
The back three, the back three.
Can't relate.
Oh,
Arfield.
The bloody back three.
I might nah.
Oh,
I'll prefer
devastating.
not to speak. What's the time?
It's usually preferable.
Shoot. Oh, well done, Joe Hart. Good young boy.
I've got
Long
91
ball.
40 here.
I'm at
Long-
90.
You need a long throw into the
I'm
box.
at
This
90,
is bullshit.
92.
Here we go. transition for
I'm
Ryan.
gonna pause.
Oh, here we go.
Can you guys tell me when you're at 92?
Oh, no.
Arrivederci.
I'm
Yeah.
at 91-21.
I'm at
good
92
save.
on the dot.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm,
92.
I'm playing.
Is it 2-0?
No.
Nah.
Ooh. Interesting decision.
Bad
Shit.
turnover.
That's
Yeah,
a good
post
challenge.
there.
Rogic is on a hiding to nothing at the moment.
Rogic, I forgot he was in this game.
Oh, he slipped the ball through to Kyogo a couple of times.
He's just sat there. Ooh,
Oh my
Transitia.
lord! F1 fans. Perez has crashed on his way to the grid and he's out
Ooh,
of the
You
race.
are
What do you mean he's
couldn't
crashed on his
get
web?
any worse for
Was he- was he-
He's going to get absolutely rinsed by Christian
how
Horner
is
in the
he-
next
how is he-
series, man.
How? What? How
I
is this happening?
blame Lewis Hamilton for this, for sticking his nose
Mate.
in. That's it.
What you
sticking
do-
his nose in like that.
Ante, what you don't understand is that Christian Horner will rinse Checo in that docu-series whether he
Whether
does
he
or
does
not.
well or
Because
not.
the editors are like Thanos, like reality is
Yeah.
whatever I want it to be.
But let's be honest.
Reality is up for disappointing.
It's a lot more entertaining than reality.
Oh no, it 100% is.
Like it's like he gets his first F1 race win. What did it cost? Everything. For him.
Go
Oh,
push.
this game's done.
Oh, what a poor
It
ball.
nearly killed me.
Celtic.
The work is done.
Yeah, Celtic have been
Wait, what?
arse in this game.
Yeah.
Nick, what time is the race start?
Yeah. How did? Wait. So what do you give me context of on his way to the grid?
Yeah, so they, you know how? Do you watch much of the pre-race stuff? You know how they are in the grid on
Yeah.
there.
Oh, like having their tires cooled down
with the
and stuff.
tire blankets on and all the engineers and stuff are hanging around. And then when they do the formation lap, they all do the mad scurry off into the
So he's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
crashed
garage.
into. Oh,
So he's crashed on the way to the
Shit.
There's a
Wow.
lap to the grid
Oh,
and then there's a
that's-
formation lap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whip
Perez's
it.
car slid at
All
slow
right,
speed.
here we go.
So he crashed pre-formation lap.
we
so
go.
Joe Hart up. Come on, Joe Hart up.
Get in the
That is
box.
Oh,
hilarious.
he's got up.
He
Here
is.
we go.
Go
Oh
on,
boy.
Allison.
Where is he? Oh,
Do it.
long throws.
we need a Brignoli moment here.
Oh, get
Oh,
on.
oh,
I'm gonna mute.
Oh, it's
you.
over. It's done. It's done.
done.
It's
Oh,
over.
wow.
Oh,
It's over, ladies and
boy.
gentlemen.
Oh, no.
The wets are on. The wet tires are on.
Poor Ange.
Ah, fuck him.
Wow.
Assistant coach Jermaine Defoe, something I can
Oh.
get around.
Yeah, that is really very rogue, actually.
I thought he was still playing.
Yeah, he might be like a player coach.
Yeah, he might be.
Zelinko stuff.
The Ryan Giggs.
He's
But
literally,
they
he's literally
do have player coaches.
Udonis Haslam.
It is a thing in Scotland. Kenny Miller was a player coach
Phil-
at Liv-
Phil
Livingston
Jackson, Nick.
for a short while.
Phil Jackson.
He's now in Australia. Bloody Kenny Miller.
He's basically Udonis Haslam. They'll bring him on in a big game when they need him to.
Lucky, do you like this image?
I can't say that I can really see it.
Oh wow.
Oh no, not at all.
That's terrible.
A Checo in the barriers.
So crashing in circumstances like that, is that the F1 equivalent of trying to back
Injured
out
in
in
the
the
warm-up.
driveway, accidentally putting it in first and driving into the wall?
That's like scoring.
Oh, no,
it's like
it's-
scoring
it's-
an own goal from 25 meters out.
No, it's the equivalent of scoring an own goal in the pre-game warm-up that somehow counts towards the score in the actual game. Like he wasn't even. They weren't even in the race.
Nah, it's like that rule in I think if they do it in futsal and indoor soccer, if you don't have a player that rocks up after a certain period of time, it's like a goal for every minute if you can't field a certain amount.
I love that rule.
Yeah,
It's like it's like rolling your ankle on the walkout to the middle of the field while you're holding hands with the mascot.
It's pretty much the meme. How
that's the
are you going to
best.
get fired on your day off?
Oh, it was so.
Yeah, literally.
He was going probably 30 kilometers an hour as well. That is so tragic.
The formation lap will start behind the safety car.
Well,
Wait, so what was he? Was he like?
I still don't understand what he was doing out there, Nick. Was he?
Because the cars are like in the garage, like during the day, and then to get out onto the grid, they do a full lap around and then they wait
Yeah,
in their
because you
grid
can't
spot.
come onto the grid from the pit lane. You have to.
That is outrageously.
So then they're waiting on the grid for a while, and then they do the formation lap, and then the race starts.
And that is quite tragic.
Was he like slaloming or something? Like, what was he doing?
He aquapaned a little. There's a video on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm watching the video now.
You actually see it about halfway through the video.
All right, but we did just watch a football match as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, not good.
No.
Celtic Rangers after half time deserve that game.
Yeah.
They were the better team
Not that
after that,
they deserved it.
Celtic had their chances, to be fair.
But it was a bit, like it's sorry, Lucky, go on.
No. I didn't think I would say deserve necessarily, but I think as we got towards the end of the first half of that game, it became very clear that it was going to be a scrap. And I think that Rangers were the team better set up and better designed to succeed in a scrap.
I don't think it was even a scrap. It was just anticlimactic.
Yeah, like it wasn't.
Very
drag them out, bare knuckle.
Yeah, it was that was probably the most nondescript Old Firm derby I ever watched. In about a good 20 years of watching Old Firm derby.
Usually in the absence of a high quality of play or a great risk being taken by one team, usually you have a lot of biff, and I just don't think Celtic brought that kind of intensity. And maybe it was to do with the away fans not being there and all sorts, and the changing of the guard with Scott Brown leaving and all that. I mean, it makes a difference, but I felt as if Ange's Celtic tried to.
John Hartson, awesome.
They kind of played too clean.
I have Sky Sports.
Get in there, Lewis.
Post-match. If you want to listen, guys.
Please.
I'm watching George Russell sit on the front of the grid.
Later.
What am I hearing?
This is Sky Sports
post-match.
Lovely.
Because I changed it from Balkan to Sky Sports FIBA. It's actually on Sky Sports main event. But
Lucky, I think you actually have a point with the fact that Nicholas Latifi finished 10th and no one said a word. It's because he's not British.
Kimmy's starting from the pit lane.
Oh, John Hartson. Oh, they're going straight to the Prem. Unfortunate, you guys. I just wanted some.
They're going straight to the Prem. TV
learn from that game?
Sorry?
Does he learn anything?
Absolutely not. Like, if I think there's the Edouard dynamic looms, but that does that mean Ange learns or merely has to adapt? Who knows?
I still think Christie is better on the wing than he is in the midfield, and I still think Kyogo, regardless of where Kyogo is best placed, the team is better with him through the middle than Edouard at the moment. So a front three of Abada, Kyogo, Furuhashi, and Christie, I think, is probably the way to go if Edouard's not going to be impactful.
I think the one thing about Christie on the wing is he's not fast.
Yeah, but he can beat players though. He's fast with the ball. He can beat players.
He can beat players, but like let's be realistic about certain implementations with Ange. Like he's still very much like he wants his players to be fast. And,
Holy shit!
Like it's not full PMP, but he does have that.
There's a level of dynamism required. I do agree, but with Christie going out to the wing, that also gives Rogic an opportunity to play from the start. And I know he's not. I know he's not
practically
really
play both of them though.
I think he can. I mean, I don't think it's nailed on that it has to be.
I'm not saying whether it can or can't function. Like I agree with you, but do you really think
Ange goes with both of them.
Maybe not in a game like that, but probably in a game against a smaller opponent.
Yeah.
So that's the dilemma. That's the balance he has to find.
That's right.
I mean, Turnbull's been playing very well recently, so you can't blame him for picking Turnbull. You know, McGregor's going to start no matter what.
Irrespective, yeah.
You know, Soro's the one that, you know, he's in and out, and maybe he provides a bit more balance to the team when they go with a double pivot.
But I think. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, Lockie, would you stick around to watch the F1 over Zoom, friend?
I could do that, I guess.
I don't think we'll be streaming that because we're not.
No.
F1
Nation Radio, not F1.
Yeah, I kind of got to be up in 5 hours to watch the Russell Naudi, so I might go to bed soon. Boys.
All right, Lockie, I'll start a new link if you want to jump into that.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for your company tonight. Bit of an anticlimactic game, but hopefully we'll do this again soon. Maybe for a Socceroos tie.
Before you go, do we want to play Guess Who Tweeted?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Go
don't
on.
know if I do.
What is this?
Hang on, hold on, Josh, is the stream still going or not?
Yes, it is. Should we sign off on the stream before we play that game?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. We'll say goodbye to the Twitch audience.
No after dark here on this one.
Tall
Thank
Browser's
you.
on.
Thank you all for
Browser's
watching.
on.
It's been real. We'll join you again for another watch along very soon.
Hi, Twitch boys.
All right.
All right.
Tell us where to stay.
We can